What's happening, guys? Gold Deep Black Ops Kid here, coming at you with a awesome video today. Today in America, a lot of people are starting to be getting their $600 stimulus checks. Now, some people will be like, wow, that's not enough, but we're going to be trying to build a $600 system for $600. Now, this isn't top of the line parts. Obviously, $600 is not much, but this is a good way to get you in a right upgrade path for your PC. Now, with the limited stock and availability, we cannot go super crazy with the newest hardware like a 3060 Ti or anything quite equivalent to even close to that, or inflation on GPUs and other things like that. So we went very budget with this build, and the CPU of choice is the i3-10100 3.6 gigahertz quad-core processor, and we are getting that with a Cooler Master Hyper 212 Black Edition CPU cooler. Now the CPU is $117.98 on Newegg right now, and the Hyper 212 is actually $33.99. Very good combination cooling and airflow, and Intel being a little bit more faster of a chip than AMD for the most part. And really, we couldn't find any AMDs even close to this range with the different options we have given this system. We also paired that with an MSI B460MA Pro Micro ATX LGA 1200 motherboard, which is actually going on Newegg for $78.98. So you could even get a kind of cool form factor with this PC. With the RAM, we went with a Crucial Ballistic 16 gigabytes of 2x86 CL16 3200 speed. Now, we could have went RGB, but that's probably going to put us over the $600 mark. For the graphics card, the only thing that I could even possibly find even close for a newer system, I could have went with the used market and gotten one even better than what I chose on eBay. I'm going to recommend those for some people that are wanting to go down this mark. I would definitely recommend a 1060 6 gigabyte, 1070, or something equivalent to that. You're going to find those about the same price as this, about $150 to $200. Of course, we are thinking of stainless and brand new, so we chose the MSI GeForce GTX 1650 4 gigabyte. Now, we couldn't find any 1650 Supers without going $400 for whatever the reason this is. But brand new MSI GeForce GTX is on B&H for $170. The case is probably the most skimpiest. I've used it before in the past. It's an alright case. It's the Roswell Ranger M Micro ATX Mini Tower case. And it's honestly not a bad looking one. It comes with a blue RGB fan, or just a blue fan. It's got a case that can easily be just sold on Facebook or eBay or whatever, and just quickly gotten rid of as much as you've gotten it. We also went with a Thermal Smart 600 watt power supply, which is going for $57 right now. I wanted something a little bit more powerful than the PC can handle. Storage is a Seagate Barracuda 2 terabyte. We're going to have a partition available for the operating system and a partition for just games and all that kind of stuff. Not great going with a hard drive for an operating system, but to squeeze in $600. Once you're done using this, or you want to upgrade to something else, either you sell this system, or you go with a different graphics card, and then you upgrade your CPU and then your motherboard and maybe your RAM if you really want to. That's what I'm saying. This system is actually a gateway into high-end gaming. You could obviously switch that 1650 out for maybe a 3060 Ti, or 3050 or 3050 Ti, if they ever actually are true, come out and they're readily available. That's the only problem with this whole build right now, is you just cannot get your hands on way higher consumer grade parts. Everything is very heavily inflated. For the total overall price, it's $615.89. So hopefully Uncle Sam gives you a little bit of a break and gives you some $16. There is nothing we could really change. We could have went Ryzen with a Ryzen 3 3300X, but like I said, there's just nothing available. I've got a cooler which would help you save $33 and got you under the $600. That would be the only CPU change I could make. In that retrospect, it's just almost impossible. But this is a pretty good area to go off this. It gives you an LGA 1200 socket, which you can then use to upgrade to an Intel Core i9 10900K if you dare necessary. I wouldn't really do it on this board as it's not overclockable, but there is a really good upgrade path here. And for $600, there is an AMD equivalent that I will recommend. On the AMD side of things, we have the AMD Ryzen 5 1600 12 nanometer 3.2 gigahertz 6-core processor. So in terms of the i3 10100, it should be pretty much outcompeting that. It does come with a stock cooler, which is actually going to save us the money to get a decent, better motherboard. It's the ASRock B450 Pro 4 Micro ATX motherboard. Of course, same RAM, same hard drive, same power, same graphics card, and a micro ATX case and power supply. And we'd squeezed in at $617.92. Of course, that includes shipping and all that other stuff. So honestly, probably not the best time in the world, but most of these things can be bought on Amazon as well for the exact same price. So is this the best option for you? For $600, probably yes. The 1650 is going to be getting you through most 1080p games with ease, above 60 FPS. For most people, that's pretty exceptional. 60 FPS is usually better than a console. Obviously, they're having consoles that are outcompeting this. You can't even buy those consoles right now. Anyways, unless you were going to scalp them, you're going to be spending more than $600 on the newer console. So get the PC. Enter the master race, as most people would say. Download Cyberpunk 2077, which is not going to run on any of these systems very well. But yeah, that's the $600 stimulus PC. I want to actually build one of these, but I will be taking a little bit of a different route. I'll be uploading that video onto my second channel, which is DTS, which is Dill's Tech Show, where we will be building the stimulus PC a little bit differently than I expected, and that will be coming out very shortly. It might be coming out in a week or two, but yeah, that's the stimulus PC. I hope you guys really enjoyed. I wanted to create something like this because people are actually getting all this money and they're like, okay, I'm going to spend it on a bunch of stuff they don't need. Maybe get yourself a PC, start streaming, maybe earn some money back on that. I would definitely recommend the AMD CPU system over the Intel, mainly because you can just do more things on AMD. Like I said, video editing, streaming, thank you to the 1650 that's in there. And honestly, it'll be a pretty good time if you find a better graphics card. Like I would say, using eBay to get a 1060 or even a 1070, that actually might be a pretty decent idea if you have the budget for it. But for $600, the PC definitely seems to be in a working and reasonable fashion. We'll be looking at this very shortly. So guys, please subscribe. See you guys in the next one. Peace out.